Hey, good morning, Patrick the Koch Shaver. It's Saturday, September 20th, fairly certain. Today I'm going to do a mostly vintage shave, and the razor we're going to be using is it's a vintage Gillette new with the short comb. It's a short comb variety. Here's the short comb. This is the long comb, and you can tell by what each have their own nomenclature, name, or whatever you want to say. I don't remember which one of these I like best. I haven't used them in a while, but we're going to go with the short comb today. Seems like I used the long comb last time I did a video with them. The soap we're going to be using is vintage Old Spice. That's what's in this mug, and that's what actually I bought this mug with the soap in it. It was nearly new when I bought it. And for aftershave, we've got Old Spice also. Don't know when, this probably from the 80s sometime. This aftershave is a couple of years old, and I actually really enjoy Old Spice for whatever reason, I don't know. And the brush is going to be the guy who strops my straight razors for me, or did, because I don't use them much anymore. This is a copy of a vintage Koch razor. He made this from hand. I think this is plastic, maybe wood, I don't know. But if you look them up, that's kind of what they look like. And he sent it to me last time he done some razors for me, and I appreciate it. Hope y'all are all doing well. That you had a good week. All that stuff. I was pretty busy this week, as probably most people are. Go ahead and get some soap on my brush here. Dang it, I didn't bring it in here with me. I do have a giveaway, and I'll pause here after a while and we'll figure that out. But this Old Spice soap is, there's no scent to it. I do have a refill, a vintage refill, but that I'll eventually have to put in here. All right, that's going to be probably way too much, but I think it's going to be okay. Maybe wet the face and get the lather in here. Like I said, hope y'all are doing well. You had a good week. Hope the weather's good where you're at. Michael Domish sent me a video of flooded area there, and he lives in Hamburg, Germany, and he sent me a video. Looked like a cafe or a restaurant with outside seating. Mostly is what the video was, if I remember correctly, and it was all flooded. And he said they've been having a lot of heavy rain over there. So hopefully everybody stays safe over there. All right. This is just a good old tallow soap. I assume it's tallow. And I know I've got over 20 Old Spice mugs, and I give them away now and again. But when I see them reasonably priced, I pick them up. I'm not going to give 25 bucks for one or like that, but I bought quite a few for 5 or 10. In this razor, we have a first use, I think it's first use Gillette Nacet. You ever go to look for information and get sidetracked? Because I went to look for information about the Gillette New in the compendium, and I got sidetracked looking at something else. So, yeah. I know they are from the 30s for the most part. I don't think they were, and I could be wrong, I don't think they were in production in the 40s, but it's possible, of course. I used one for a few years with it had a warped top cap, and I didn't notice it. I kept wondering why I kept getting really, really aggressive shaves with it. And I guess it was the how I had to hold the razor, or how to make the razor make contact, and the blade was really open in one spot and kind of closed down in another spot. And I finally figured it out, quit using it, and I bought a razor that had another new that had a stripped out handle, so I just replaced it, and now it works just fine. These aren't just really aggressive, more so probably than or efficient, or however you want to say it. They're more than a flare tip or something like that. I don't know what the blade gap is on them. Like I said, I got sidetracked looking at something else when I went to get information. I do that quite often. Tobin Fetters, I don't know if some of y'all follow him or are friends with him or watch his stuff. He and Frank Nacet from Strike Gold are coming out with their third and final offering for what's it called? It's called the Expedition. Is the newest one. It's going to be it drops next weekend, I believe. Core of Discovery. And he said I guess I should have asked, but I was wondering if you would review this the last installment. I hope you will, because it's already shipped, and you may already have it. I don't. I should get it today, maybe. But of course, I told him I would. I'm not much of a reviewer, but the profile he sent me it should smell really, really nice. And it's an homage to some cologne that came out last year. I'm not sure how much he said about anything, so I don't want to say much, but it's citrus and woods forward, and that's kind of what I like about anything. But I really like woodsy things. I really like citrusy stuff too. So maybe I'll do one this week. A video to review this week, or it may be next weekend. I don't know. We'll have to see. Here we go, third and final pass. I don't talk about this a whole lot, but I am a college football fan. I'm an OU fan pretty much. They play Auburn today at, I guess, 2:30. Kind of anxious to see how that game goes. My in-laws, my father-in-law and brother-in-law especially, are die-hard OU fans. You know, they can't understand when people are laughing and joking after OU lost. If they have a lose, I mean, they don't get it. They're kind of down for a couple of days. I'm not like that, but I do like to see them win. All right, here we go. Some Old Spice. I do have some vintage Old Spice, but it's I think turned maybe. It doesn't have the good scent like this stuff does to me. I think it smells really nice. Good old spicy scent. I do have Old Spice. What's it called? Lime. Oh yeah, and I like it really quite a bit. Really nice stuff. Bear with me just a minute, and I'll hit the pause and go get what I'm going to give away. Hold on. All right, hey, this is a giveaway that I gave away a couple months ago. Don't remember exactly when, I'm not going to lie. But the guy got a hold of me, but he never gave me his address. I haven't heard from him since. But this is Mike's Natural Soaps, pine and cedar wood. That's a really good soap. I just don't reach for it much. Then I also have a flare tip, Gillette flare tip, which is in pretty good shape. A little cruddy right there. I think there's a little stain in here in the blade tray. And I don't remember what year this is. Come here, you. J, so 64, 66, 64, I guess. Anyways, just put flare tip. Put flare tip in the comments if you're interested in getting it, and I will run it through this next week. Nothing fancy, you know, nothing like that, but that's not how we all are. Or I'm not, for sure. Let me recap and I'll get off here and let y'all go. So today we used the vintage Gillette new short comb variety with the new Gillette Nacet in it. And for soap we used vintage from probably the 70s or so. Maybe the 80s. Old Spice and Old Spice mug. Original to it. And for aftershave we used the newer version of Old Spice in the Old Spice Cannon. And for the brush we used the copy of the Koch vintage brush. That's going to do it for this shave. I appreciate y'all stopping by and sharing your time with me. Hope y'all have a good and safe upcoming week. Lord willing, we'll see y'all sometime this coming week or weekend. We'll just have to see if I get if I do the review this week or next week on the expedition. I'll get off here and let y'all go. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.